If you want to learn football trading much faster than everyone else and without waiting for the matches to start and without risking any money, then this video coming up is for you. Go grab a nice cold beer and let's get into it. So if you're a beginner to football trading, you want to practice your football trading, you want to learn the markets. Yes, of course, it's great to do it on a live markets, but when there's no matches playing, it's early in the day, it's early in the afternoon, you can use this tool, which is the Football Trading Simulator, which will effectively simulate all the markets. And it is a file you just upload into Microsoft Excel, and then you can get going. And I'll show you how it works right now. But it does bring me back to the old days of football trading when I first started around 20 years ago. And to learn the markets back in those days, we literally kind of had to watch the match. You had to write down the prices at certain minutes of the match. And obviously not every match is the same. And there also wasn't that many in-play matches. Also, there was only a fair few, and not every Premier League match would even go in play on Betfair, which was also it just sounds crazy compared to today, doesn't it? But anyway, for those who are beginners today, life is much easier for you and you don't have to struggle the way that I did. And part of that is thanks to this thing, the Football Trading Simulator. So let me show you how it works. We can bring up some random matches and then we can just see how the market moves. Okay, so if we wanted to just get an idea of how the over and under 2.5 goals market moves, as we know, and the under 1.5 and whatever, we can move the clock forward. So as you know, with every minute, the odds are going to rise up on the over 1.5, on the over 2.5, and then this will move it forward 5 minutes. This will move it forward 10 minutes. And you can really learn the markets just like this. And as said, 20 years ago, if I could have worked out that if, let's just say it again, if the over 2.5 goals price, whoops, let me click away from that, was 2.5 at kickoff, well, what would the price be around 20 minutes? I mean, you know, back in those days, you just kind of had to guess. We can know now very quickly it would be 3.4. If we waited till half time, and there's a goal, it's 2.72. So anyway, we can do all that. You can very quickly learn how the markets work, and obviously you can do it on all sorts of different matches and all sorts of different markets also. So it's very important to look at different market profiles. Here you've got a favorite that's around 2.18. That's going to make the markets behave in one way. Favorite around 2.3, the markets behave slightly different. But this will be even more different when you have an away favorite around 1.49. This is a whole different market profile. So that's great. You can obviously learn the markets there. And remember, if you were to do this on the real matches, you would have to wait for a whole 90-minute match to play out, and you'd have to watch the prices during that. And I do remember back in the day when we first launched our courses, that was one of the first modules that we would tell people to do, was to sit, watch a match, watch the prices, note down the prices. Don't have to do any of that anymore. It's really amazing. But anyway, let me show you how you can actually just trade the match and give it a go. So let's say you wanted to just practice a little lay the draw trade. Always good to start with lay the draw. We can go in there with a £100 stake. You could put in a stake. I do believe you could do £1,000, maybe even £10,000 if you really wanted to. It's not real money, so don't worry about it. But anyway, yeah, we've gone in with a £100 stake. And as you know, if you're a beginner to football trading, the general gist with laying the draw is you want to look for a goal and then exit. Now this button here, next, will take us to the next goal in the match. So if you were trading a real match, you'd have to wait for that goal to be scored. Now you just press next and it will take us to that goal 16 minutes in. If we were trading a real match, we'd have to wait 16 minutes for that to happen. So you can see how much time this will save you. Now, interestingly, you can now learn that if you get a goal that at this time, then the price will go out to 7.8 on the draw. Okay, let's see what else happens in this match. Let's see what the next goal does for us. Okay, well, they're 2-0 up by 28 minutes, and that draw price goes out to 38. Okay, so you've got... well, sorry, let me cash it out. So you've got 20 minutes of football education done for you within the space of a minute. And then we can look to another match, which is very different. This is a very different match profile, as you can see. Now, let's see how a lay the draw trade works on this match. Let's lay the draw here at 3.6. Totally different match profile. We press next. Early goal to Oxford. £15 of profit. Locked in on this one. We don't have to lock it in. We could press the cash out and practice that, and just to practice our trading. But we could also see where this match goes after this. So it goes back to 1-1 on 23 minutes. And let's go to half time. So half-time, Derby are now in front. Okay, so look, you could cash out, lock in £28 after that. So totally different match profile with a later draw trade, and you get the gist of that. Let's practice a potential trade on the over 2.5 goals market. So let's get in at say 15 minutes to back over 2.5 goals, and let's get an idea of what happens after the first goal is scored. Okay, very quick goal, 26 minutes. That's great. We can cash it out and we would lock in a profit. Okay, and then that would be how you'd maybe practice that particular strategy. What if we wanted to go the opposite way? What if we wanted to back under 2.5 goals and see how that plays out? We wanted to get out after 15 minutes. We can move the clock forward to 15 minutes, see how that plays out. We would cash out and we would exit. Okay, we could, of course, take this back. And this is the great thing with the simulator, is that we can take it back and we can see what would happen if we stayed in longer, or if we stayed until maybe 30 minutes on this trade. What sort of profit could we get then? Could we even get a profit? No, because we would have been caught by a goal. So then we can just cash that out and we would be looking at a £16 loss. So you can practice that. All right, we could throw in another strategy. We could practice laying an underdog. All right, instead of laying the draw, lay this underdog at 3.2. Let's see what happens after let's see what happens if we get to 10 minutes in, 20 minutes, and opening goal to the favorite. You can lock in £55 of profit. Okay, so that's great. And then I'm going to show you some other stuff. And real quick, I do have some good news for those who like the look of this simulator, want to get hold of it. We do have copies available now. Previously, you had to get on a waiting list and it wasn't always available, but it is available to get now, and there is a link in the description for you to grab it. It works right away via Microsoft Excel. So if you've got Microsoft Excel, it will work right away. If not, you should also grab that. You just upload the file and you can get going, and you can do exactly what you're seeing on this video and much, much more. Okay, practice your football trading, test new strategies, basically just save time and save money with the whole thing. And you can trade a whole match within seconds, as you are seeing. Okay, so it's a really great tool for football traders. If you are trading football and you are new to this, or even intermediate, and you want to test some stuff out, this is the solution for you. As I said, link is in the description. You can get it right away. You get lifetime access, so you get it to keep forever. So yeah, link is in the description. Anyway, let's get back to it. And so as said, you can see how much time this will save you. I mean, we've just done a whole bunch of trades, and this video is about 7 minutes long. So you can see how much of a time saver it is. Now, what about practicing your trading? Now, look, obviously there isn't going to be the live in-place stats or anything like that, but you can use it just to learn the basics of whatever strategy you're potentially using. So let's say we want to practice, well, let's go for it. Let's practice a later draw strategy, and we want to see how this strategy can play out with goals at obviously different times of the match. So we could just go to next goal, and then we could press the cash out and then done. And then you click on end game and save trade. And this is going to start to save your trades as they go along. And it's going to build a record of your trades. And then you're going to see it in the back end here. And then you can obviously get good confidence about your strategy before you get into the market. And then also get a good idea of also potential losing runs and the type of losses that you can particularly take with whatever strategy you're using. So let's try it again. We would go Chelsea-Brighton. You'd press next. We would get the first goal fairly early on. So that would work pretty well. And we could just keep practicing a later draw trade. And then This would be for you to practice and get an idea of the strategy and of the types of things to look for with it. And also, hopefully at some point, we're going to get an underdog scoring so that we can see how that plays out. But anyway, early goal here. So we would take a profit there and you would be done. And obviously at the same time, you can practice your exit points of the trade. If you're doing something like later draw, when do you exit? It's always a bit of a debate. Do you exit at half time, 70th minute? Do you let it run till the end? Always debates for that. You can test that out without risking money on this. Okay, so let's see what happens with this. Let's get to the next goal. Okay, well that was a 0-0. So what's interesting about this one, now we can go back and if we go back to the kickoff, and these are the types of questions you should always be asking yourself when you're a beginner to the football trading markets. You've gone in with a £100 stake that you can try and win. The risk is 230. Now, let's say you let it run till half time. At half time 0-0, you could exit for £36. Okay, not 230, but you could exit for £36. So that could be the type of thing where you look at the XG for the match, and if it's not looking good, no one's really dominant, you could exit and just take a £36 loss. What if you got to the 60th minute? Could take a £69 loss. So if we got even to the 70th minute, your loss is still below the stake you're trying to win. So that's probably 70 minutes in the market where you've got a pretty good risk reward ratio, and it's only after that where the price starts to escalate. And then if we stay in by the 80th minute, then you see it's really staying in. And so anyway, this is all for you to decide. I don't want to get carried away too much in this particular video, because this video really is just about you learning this particular how you can use this software. Let's click on end game and save the trade. Obviously that loss is going to wipe out a lot of our wins, but we haven't risked any money to find that out. Okay, currently minus £146, but then you would keep going. And that's the thing also, isn't it, is that really when you're practicing a strategy, we always say 100 matches, 100 trades should be your minimum practice. Now, to do that in real life, I mean, if you're trading 10 matches a day, and it's going to take you 10 days, and if every match is 2 hours, that's 200 hours to try and get an answer. Where we can do this, let's quickly see how long it takes us to trade this match. We can get this done, and that was done within, you could say 20 seconds. So we could obviously do that, and then we will look to do another match, and then look how much faster you will learn football trading with this. Okay, so you're going to learn football trading much faster. You're going to learn the markets much faster. As said, I mean, 20 years ago when I started out, this took years to really learn the markets. You could play around with this and have this done within just a few days. Okay, start to learn the markets like the back of your hand. But anyway, look, we've covered it already, and there is a link in the description for you to grab it. It is available at the moment. It's not going to be available forever. But yeah, if you are a beginner, you want to learn how to trade much faster than everyone else. You don't want to risk any money, and you want to learn how to trade, or you want to trade and practice your trading when there's no football matches around to trade, then this is the tool to do it with. Okay, you get lifetime access, and yeah, pretty much it's a good football trading tool to have. So yeah, I strongly suggest you click the link in the description, check it out, and grab it. And one of the main things you can do with this is to test your own strategy idea. You can test the strategy idea, you can then retest it, you can do a variation on that and then test that one also. And we've done exactly that in the video that is on the screen right now. And if you want to see the full experiment, we did this on the over 3.5 goals market, tested a whole bunch of strategies, then check out the video that's on the screen. Okay, I'll see you in that next video.